Hi everybody, this is Mimi and I am holding up, it's Thursday of course, and I'm holding up my new book, Live Raw Around the World. I'm very excited about it. So today I'm going to fix something from the Spain section of the book. In this book you're going to find Spain, France, Germany, Italy, Greece, India, and Thailand. And Mike and I got to go to all these great places to gather up spices and recipes so you can make these things at home. So this is the new book, which you can buy on my website, youngonrawfood.com. And this is the new gift I'm giving. It's this beautiful little brass necklace. It's actually made with copper and iron, it's good for you. And it says, "Love beyond the moon plus stars." And that's how much I love you, beyond the moon and the stars. So you get this little necklace free when you order off of my website, Young on Raw Food. And hope that you'll buy this book because I think you're going to like it and you're going to feel like you traveled, because there's not only beautiful pictures about all the places we traveled in here, but the people that we met along the way. So it's going to be a lovely book and beautiful photos just like in the last book. So let me get at it right now and make this little recipe for you. It's summer right now, and actually this is good any time of the year, but I'm going to make a summer soup. It's similar to a gazpacho, like a Spanish gazpacho, but it doesn't have just all the heavy tomatoes in it. It's got apples and cucumbers, and it's a lighter summer soup. And you can spice it up with the little chili peppers, or you can keep it very mild. But when this is chilled, you can eat this all day. So I'm going to give you a little instructions here. First thing I'm going to do is, and don't worry about writing down the recipe because this will all be on my website. I'll post this along with a photo of the soup on my website. We're going to cut a Roma tomato in half, and I'm going to take the seeds out, which is what you should really always do when you're making anything, any sauces or any tomatoes. Some people say that these seeds are toxic. I'm not sure they are. I've eaten them. I'm still here. But they might be. That might be very possible. But for me, it just makes everything very watery. And I don't like the texture when I use the seeds in here. So we're going to take the seeds out. That's all you do is cut it in half and use a little spoon to do that with. Then we're going to chop this. I've got 4 tomatoes here that I've done this with. I've done most of it ahead of time so you can see how this is done. Here's my little bowl of tomatoes. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seed the cucumber for you. And here's that. The same thing. We're going to just you can run a melon ball cutter, or you can just run a small spoon. It's the same thing. This makes it very watery. The cucumber seeds, I've never heard those are toxic, so you can save those for juicing if you don't want to toss those and put them in your compost. All right, I'm just going to cut those up. I don't really have to cut much because I'm using my Maggi mix, my famous little fabulous Maggi mix. That just chops everything up fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put some of the liquid stuff in there first. We're going to use a half of lime. I'm going to squeeze that. These are very handy, these little one lime squeezers. And I'm going to put this in here because my friend Michelle showed me this trick. Put it back in and see if you can get some more out of it. There we go. Look at that. That was a great trick she showed me. We're going to put the oil in. We just have a couple tablespoons of oil. It's a very, very light soup. We're going to put in, I have some chopped shallots in here and some garlic. A little bit of that. I'm going to put that in here. That really gives it a lot of flavor. We're going to put in a little handful of raisins, or you can use a couple dates. Either works fine. This gives it that little bit of sweetness. We have a small red pepper and a yellow pepper. Those are just broken up in little pieces, which will be fine like this. Let's put 1.5 cups of water in. And you can adjust the water to your liking. So if the cucumber is really watery, you might need a little less water. If it's not, you might need more. This is one of my favorite parts of this. We're going to put in mint. This is about 1/2 cup. Actually, 1/2 bunch is what you should use. But I had to pull this out of my garden today because they didn't have any mint at the store. So I'm not using as much mint as I usually do. But you want to get a bunch of mint at the market and use half of it. And of course, everything I'm using is organic, of course. The cucumbers we're going to put in, and then we have 2 apples. We have 2 Fuji apples that I've cut up, and that's going in here. It's filling this bowl up really nicely. Let's see how magic this is. Now we're going to put the tomatoes in, and that is all of our ingredients right there. I'm going to give it a little pinch of salt. Couple pinches, I think. Tomatoes always like a little more salt. And then the only other thing I'm going to use is a little pepper and a little chili flakes. Another thing that's really good in here, if you like things a little spicy, is a jalapeno, a piece of a jalapeno. Don't be afraid to use it, a nice size of it, because it disappears. I'm going to sprinkle some red chili flakes on here. You can make this as spicy as you like or less spicy, up to you. And that's it. Pretty easy, right? It doesn't really take long at all. Put the lid on. Now, push the magic will start. I'm going to put this on the full run right now. You can pulse pop it. You can make this any thickness you like if you want to add more water or keep it thick. I like a little texture in it myself. That might be very nice right here. Let's see. Let me check this texture. Oh, that looks lovely. I'm going to have a little taste. Mmm, that's really delicious. So refreshing. Ooh, that little spice is good. I think I'm going to put another pinch of salt in. That is really good. Now this is good right away, but really chilling it overnight really makes it, really pops it up. You can add any spices you like to this, but I like it. It has a little bit of the sweetness from the apple and a little bit of the sweetness from the raisins. Now I'm going to plate this. That's all there is. It's a really nice soup, and really I could have this all summer long. I love this soup. One of my favorite things. And it's quite different than my other gazpacho that I have in my first book, which was more tomatoey. This is definitely more of a summery soup. And we're going to put a little bit, I don't have avocado because it wasn't ripe in the store, but avocado on top of this is delicious. A few little radishes. Some nice sprinkling of some green onions. And a spoon, and fit for a king or a queen. So I hope that you enjoy this soup. I hope you'll buy my book on youngonrawfood.com, and I'll have the recipe posted on my website. Thank you so much. Love you. Beyond the moon and the stars.